Hello, this is my demo video for my Android final project, the recipe book. This is an app that allows the users to browse recipes from an API and save them. So here, this is the home page that the app starts on when it's launched. You can see some nice pictures to show you what's in store. You can log in and log out in a pretty standard fashion. I think I did fake example.com. Yep. Alright. Very secure password. And then you can search by area, which is like which area in the world the food comes from, and category, like, I don't know, seafood. And then this brings you to the search results screen, which can scroll and show you all of these preview images. And when you click on one of these, it brings you to the recipe view page, where you can watch the video that gives you the instructions on how to cook it if you prefer. Yeah, you can hear the sound. It's kind of not very loud though. Yeah, there we go. That works, and then we can see all of the ingredients and the steps to cook it here. And if we come back to area, we can do American food, Big Mac. Oh yeah. Anyway, that is the first main feature of my app, is the API calling and browsing all these recipes and looking at the videos is the second main feature, which are embedded in an iframe, which is pretty fun to implement that. But the third main feature are the collections, which are live data that are shared across multiple users. So if we can see, you have this recipe that has this collection, which has some recipes already saved in it. We can make a new one, like Bob's favorites, whatever, and then it'll show up. There it is. And if we come to here and Bob wants to add this to his favorites, you can do that, and then it's over here. And it's just the same kind of thing, but you can make it your own custom lists. And this is live across multiple, across all of the users. Everyone can see this and change it. Let's launch this other device. I think I need to go over here. Yeah, there we go. Now we have two phones. There we go. Let's go over to the collections. So here we can see new, let's do yeah, just a new collection. No need to get too crazy with it, and you'll see it pops up over here on both of them. So if you can also, I don't know, this guy can swipe to delete, and then it will get deleted from here. If you come into a recipe, a collection, and you add something here, Sloppy Joe. can see it will pop up. Bubble and Squeak. Huh. Anyway, if we come back to the collections page, so now there is also the weird corner case of like, what if you're looking at a collection and someone goes and deletes it. Let's go into Bob's. The app will actually kick you out saying someone deleted it. So you cannot, you know, end up browsing a collection that's already deleted or trying to change something that's already deleted. And yeah, that is the third major functionality of my app. Originally, I wanted to have these recipe collections have a level of access control where you could make them public or private or just like shared with a few people. And I found this document on Google Firebase that seemed to indicate this was possible. Like, you have these roles, and if you don't have the role, you can't look at the document. I'm like, all right, great. I put it in my write-up. When the time actually comes for me to implement this, I keep getting access denied errors, and I realize that it's only when there's a collection that the user does not have access to, then they get a denied error, even if they have some that they can. So I look into it more, and then I find this documentation. Rules are not filters. So as long as a query pulls up anything it doesn't request from Firebase, that if a query pulls up anything that the requester does not have access to, the entire query will fail. It won't just give you stuff you have access to. I think that's for efficiency on Google's side. Yeah. But I could have gotten around this in a couple ways. I could have done filtering on the client, which is kind of a lame way to fix it. I didn't want to do that. I could have also made another Firebase database, which I actually should probably show you here. I could have made another database that kind of has everything that a individual user has access to, and then it only would query the collections which it has access to, and that would prevent it from getting a kickback and saying, oh, you don't have access to this. But I had kind of run out of time. I had spent a lot of time trying to get this original access control thing to work, and if it worked the way I thought it did, it would have worked. But I learned a bit more about Google, about Firestore, which I was pretty interested in. But yeah, here we can see these are stored. This is the ID that it calls into, that it hands off to the API website, and this is just the title and thumbnail, so that I don't have to actually call the API. I can just do it all with Firebase until you actually click on a recipe. Then it sends out a request to the API. Yeah, this is my app. I had a great time making it. I really enjoyed the class. Thank you for watching.